What is up, guys? How are y'all doing? My name is Travis DeYoung. I'm the one who's been posting about climbing to 1,402 feet, the highest civilian drone flight in the state. So here's a little preliminary flight that I did earlier this week, and I just want to share it with you and get some feedback. So here we go. We're going to play it. This is a screenshot of a screenshot. So here we go. My first thought is to, let's get Lance approval. That's just my first thought before doing any of this is to get some type of, official approval, because that's what you would think. So here we go. I start to get the Lance approval. I don't need 2 hours. I only need 15 minutes, if that. Pre-check failed. Let's investigate. Okay, this operation falls outside of controlled airspace, and I don't need any Lance. So I go ahead and I save that for later. And let's move on. I check my lines, make sure we're good. I look around. Let's go to the next. So I open up AirMap. So here we go with AirMap. I plug in the drone, turn my phone sideways. Let's see if we can't get this to go. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, we are right outside of airspace. I give my accuracy, get my GPS signals time to lock on, get more accurate, figure out where I am. That's where I'm supposed to be. I'm on the north side of the tower. The tower is going to be over here, is where the tower is. And I'm within 400 feet of that intersection, which is about a block. So here we are. It wants to draw the flight path. So I said, okay. So I come over here, grab the hand. I just draw, a pretty obscure just circle. Of course, I'm not going to plan to fly over traffic for all of y'all that are getting y'all's fingers ready to start making those comments. I just try and get a rough draft, just something to see. We're seeing how this works. This is my first time doing it. Let's raise the altitude. I'm not going to do 100 feet. I plan on doing, as high as I could. I should have gone higher for the altitude. I didn't. That's something, looking back, that I could have done better. My birth name is Travis. I go by Trave, so let's change that. I got my Apple ID hidden, my email hidden. My cell phone is on there. Here we go. It changes it back anyway, whatever, that's fine. I only need 15 minutes. Submit flight, it's in the red. It is warning, it is in conflict. All right, so why is it in conflict? Let's see the lens. Authorization not possible because it goes into, it does not accept the geometrics. At first, I don't understand what that means. So I do a little bit more investigation. I'm within 300 nautical miles. There's no NOTAMs right now, so I know I'm not in violation of a NOTAM. So let's see, everything else looks good, It looks like just like my flight path was the only thing that was telling me that I was in controlled airspace. And I thought to myself, I thought that I drew it outside of the airspace. So what I do is let's go back and look. Oh, look, there it tells me. I had some, I didn't think I drew in there, but let's go back and look. So I'm going to zoom in as close as I can, and just so happens, boom, some of it was in controlled airspace. At this time, it gives me a chance to actually do a more realistic flight path of my drone, which will not be over traffic and people. It'll basically just pretty much be over the building. So we're going to go ahead and speed this up. Trying to get it all over. And we did the best as possible. We raised the altitude. Actually, we didn't raise the altitude, but we lowered the time. Oh, look, there I did raise the altitude. I should have done it higher. It's all right, but I did 400, which is normal. And then everything else I am following. Looks like everything else is good to go. It's not in the red anymore, so I hit submit flight, and boom, at this time it says success. So I am in the clear, so I believe. So flight time is there. There we go. Let's see what we can do. Let me bring up my DJI app. That way we can get started. I took some pictures earlier of a gentleman doing some photography and a skyline at 1, 2, 3, and 400 feet. And then I wanted to get a clean slate, so I went ahead and I took those off, uploaded those. Don't worry about that. So I upload those real quick. I clear it off, delete. We are good to go. I do a little calibration to the gimbal, get me positive. I don't know why. I think I need to send it in. This might be a good time to talk about my gimbal calibration and
Takeoff.
why I keep getting those messages. Maybe I did something to the gimbal, but anyway, here we go. I assume full liability. Yes, I do. Restricted zones nearby. I'm just going straight up. I'm not deviating from my path at all. So here we go. We lift off. We're only at 25 feet. We're scoping the scene. We're looking around. There is the JP Morgan Chase Tower, 1,002 feet. So let's do. I'm not really moving. I move a little bit. Ooh. But here we go. I stay on that side of the block within 400 feet of the structure. And we are green. Here we go. Let's ascend. This is just a preliminary flight. I'm not expecting too much. GPS signal's weak. I expect that to clear up, though. I'm not really too worried about that. I checked GPS signals earlier. I think I'm just missing... Oh, look, there's 12. See, I have 12, 13. We have plenty of satellites in the sky. Okay, I get to 200 feet. Should have looked around more, but I'm focusing on not deviating from my path. I want to follow the rules. That's what's on my mind. Stay within 400 feet. Watch the wind. We're at 330 feet. We're still going higher. And again, I am not moving. I am staying right over that building on the same block. It is telling me now that I may be in violation of local laws and regulations, but unfortunately for me, I have my Part 107 and I've been doing my research and I think I'm good to go. Strong wind warning. The strong wind warning comes in at 550 feet, and at that time, I'm just not prepared to go higher. This is, again, just a preliminary flight, so that's the purpose of this, and this is all that I'm going to do. So at this time, I decided to turn around and give me some good views at 373 feet. Should have taken more time, but the sun was pretty bright, so we weren't, I wasn't able to, enjoy it as much as I could. I was, again, focused on ascending and descending without deviation from my flight path, and coming straight down in a controlled, safe manner while also enjoying some scenery. I've learned that the 90 degrees down view is a pretty good indication of what you are over. Again, aiming at the sidewalk, we are coming in. I'm making a few adjustments. Coming in, whoop, there we are. That looks like a good landing area, which is the same place that I took off from. And here we go. There I am. That is me.
Landing.
Here we go. Boom. And there we are. Put it on the ground. 550 feet. Preliminary test flight. Thank you for watching, and please give me your feedbacks in the comments. I'll really take into consideration for the next flight.